Okay, so Joe got this new CRT.
Yeah.
And we're currently in his room. So in the background, he's just put on... What video did you put on?
It is Carry On My Wayward Son, Supernatural Finale 1 Hour edition by YouTuber
This is the finale?
SLK. But it's not just the finale, look, it's like a compilation.
I know, but I'm seeing footage I've never seen.
No,
I've
before. Never seen this. Apparently he has a son.
He has a son.
Look, his glasses.
He carried on with his wayward son.
Oh my god.
It's fully... I was reading...
And he's in heaven. Sorry, go on.
Are we going to do spoilers?
I mean...
I don't actually know how it ends.
I know Dean dies.
Dean dies?
Dean dies. He goes to heaven and the Impala is there and Castiel's not. He's in super hell. They never rescue him.
Then why did Castiel die?
Because he was gay.
So Dean also died?
Oh, Dean died in the finale unrelated. He was just killed by like a vampire or something.
And then he was just killed?
Yeah, he was just killed.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, maybe this isn't a good idea, because I will just keep looking at the... Actually, no, just keep it on there for now. It's fine.
I mean, at the minute, we're just riffing. Once we
it's
get
so
to
weird, just like watching the first episode and seeing them like...
Yeah.
They're babies, now they're literally like 50.
I think Jensen Ackles' ages are like... a bit. I think Jared Padalecki looks like a different person.
Look, there he is. He's there now.
Yeah,
it's actually footage from the first episode now.
Yeah,
no, this is good. This will be a good refresher.
There we go. It's black and white because it was 15 years ago.
Almost 20.
Fuck yeah. They should come back for the 20th.
What would they do?
I don't know. Sam dies and goes to heaven, sees Dean. Rescue Castiel from super hell.
Yeah, they should do a movie.
They should do a movie.
I was reading like a bunch of interviews with Eric Kripke for this.
Oh, yeah.
And there's he clearly goes to conventions long, does a lot of Q&As, and one of them was about like a sort of Serenity, like a Firefly like movie thing.
Okay.
Because that was just like popular at the time. Nobody wants movie ties in except for the Community one.
Yeah.
Which is still waiting for.
That's just because they said it.
But he was just like, yeah, he'd be down for a movie.
Yeah.
But as you would say, as the creator
of the
show.
Yeah, because it was his baby, it was his brainchild.
It was.
You know? And now he just does The Boys.
He does do that.
Also with Jensen Ackles.
Yes, I did write that down. That written by Eric Kripke, also being the head writer of The Boys later on.
Yes, he showran Eric Kripke.
I never knew that.
He wrote The Boys?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew.
Obviously, I know he didn't do the comic, but I didn't know he did the show either.
I knew he did the show. That's not like why I started watching it, but like I knew it from the start.
It kind of got a lot of popularity. Do you think there's a lot of overlap?
I think it's funny that much like Supernatural, which, you know, originally was meant to have 3 seasons and then 5... Well, I don't know if it was meant to have 3 seasons. He had a plan for 3 seasons, then extended it to 5. He was the showrunner for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And then it kept going. And I think The Boys was meant to end season 3, then season 4, and season 5.
The man just like continuously overcooks shit.
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying like it's the new Supernatural. He's not going to stop doing it.
Yeah, because when I googled his name, like one of the things says, "I'm gonna do the finale justice," and it's just like, I don't know, by a track record, man. Who knows?
Yeah. He wrote the pilot for Supernatural and like worked on it for like a decade before it even got picked up.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I knew he was having. I knew he was like floating around the idea because before this he was working on this. Do you know about the Tarzan show he worked on?
I do. That was with CW, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's why he met like all the executives with that.
Yeah.
Because like with Warner Brothers as well.
Yeah. CW was the Warner Brothers channel at that point.
Because like a lot of the men working on that also like came over later on. I don't think the Tarzan show was that much of a success. It was in 2003 and only had 8 episodes.
Doesn't sound like it then.
Especially when it's a CW show, because they just like greenlight like 25
episodes. When we got
seasons.
15 seasons, how many episodes was 327 episodes of Supernatural? And how many? 8 for
the
Tarzan?
American One Piece.
The American One Piece. I wrote down in my notes.
Yeah.
After watching like all the content for this episode.
Yeah.
This is the quintessential American show.
Kind of,
and honestly,
it kind of embodies the excess.
Yeah. Excess, the road trip vibes, guns, the violence.
The cars, the masculinity.
Yeah.
Which is like quite interesting because like, oh god, this is like later on in my notes. I feel like I'm jumping around, but this is just like really interesting. There was just like, during this period, there was just like kind of a horror boom.
Yes, there was.
The entertainment president, David Janellari.
I don't know who you're talking about. I can have a look
but
at the
he's
name.
I don't know, he's the president of Warner Brothers, but he said like The Ring, The Village, The Grudge, they were all like quite big at the time, specifically with female audiences.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So I guess they just wanted to tap into that for this, which is quite interesting. It's a very masculine show.
I was going to say,
but also to a tipping point of obviously like catering to like female audiences all the time.
One of my notes is like specifically about Dean and how he's characterized as the more like masculine, stronger one.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, that one scene with him and Jessica, I find really
gross.
Know. Really gross. Which is funny.
No, I've got a lot to say about how this episode writes women.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you mean writes women? There are two women.
There are two women, and they both die.
Three if you include the murdering ghost.
Yeah, that too.
But it's funny because, like you said, I think horror is very big in like. Speaking as a man, the female spaces, and
no, it kind of is though.
Yeah, it's the same with like queer spaces.
Yeah, it sort of taps into that sort of fear that like a lot of women feel around. Like...
I mean, that's why final girls are a thing.
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
That. Of course, if it's going to be like, oh, the main character of this movie is a girl, girls going to watch it, and it is funny that like they try and make this super masculine, but it wraps back around by like everyone's like. Oh, Dean's gay.
Yeah.
Because he's so
absolutely.
masculine.
And, but yeah, it clearly worked though, because like it has a massive female audience going by the Tumblr.
We're both Tumblers.
Yeah, we were.
Tumblerinas.
Tumblrina. Oh, gross. Yeah, this show and that website are forever interlinked.
It is. I think that's how I found out about it because...
No, it absolutely was.
Yeah, it must have been because...
Because like, you definitely watched it first.
Yeah, I definitely did. I watched it when I think season 9 was airing, definitely before season 10, because that was when Dean became a demon. And like
Demon? Was that a thing?
That was a meme, yeah.
Okay.
So definitely around like season 9. And it was because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this was like what introduced me to Supernatural specifically, but Super Hulock on Tumblr.
Yeah. Oh,
which,
God.
If you don't know, is amalgamation.
We're gonna be tackling them all.
We will be. Yeah.
They are important to our history.
They are important to our lore. Yeah. So Supernatural, Doctor Who, Sherlock. Watch Doctor Who, watch Sherlock. Hannah watched Supernatural. Weird pairing. I get why, but
they
almost
big,
like
they were just kind of big at the time.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of
like Doctor Who and Sherlock are like so related because they basically like made by like one of the same people. They
were.
So related.
Stephen Moffat vehicles, especially at the Tumblr era.
Yeah.
And also he just kind of... He's a Tumblr writer. I don't know how to describe it.
He is.
Okay, a lot of ink has been spilled about Stephen Moffat. We'll get to him at some point when we do Doctor Who.
Not this episode.
Yeah.
But like...
But this is like... This feels like so different in that it is like so American, and obviously those are the ones
British,
that are like... Yeah, those are both British productions. And then you have this. And the only through line between them is just all the fans are basically from Tumblr just reading it. They all have sexy men. And...
Yeah, Tumblr sexy men.
Exactly.
Or like, I guess queer baiting. That's a whole other discussion.
Yeah.
I won't necessarily. I don't know. I have my own opinions of like.
Maybe not for Doctor Who, but like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Doctor Who queer baits. I would say Doctor Who's just queer, like in general.
Well, yeah, especially like, now.
Yeah, granted, less so then.
Yeah.
But then like. Moffat, this is not the Doctor Who episode.
No, we can't talk about Doctor Who. This is a Supernatural episode. Okay. We're turning this into the Tumblr episode.
Doctor Who is the least queer baity. Sherlock does queer bait, but I don't know if I'd say Supernatural queer baits.
No,
I think it's just gay. Because it's so masculine.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think like the more masculine you make something, the gayer it seems.
Yeah, it kind of wraps around.
Yeah, because it's like the male gaze. Yeah. I think Sam and Dean are written with the male gaze in mind.
Absolutely, though.
Yeah.
But we say this because this episode is kind of sexist in that it plays with the tropes of obviously of the shonen anime dead mum.
Yeah.
Which is very funny because the show obviously had an anime like later on.
It did have an anime, and it has kind of like an anime structure.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, like Monster of the Week.
There's the infatuation with American culture, which is like quite a big, surprisingly big part of anime a lot of the time. So that sort of translation I kind of get. I've heard the quality isn't great of the anime. We're not talking about that.
We're talking about the pilot, which is called Pilot.
Yeah. But if you haven't guessed already, we've both watched the show quite extensively. I haven't seen it in years.
I haven't either. I stopped watching season 10.
I think I did at the exact same time. I don't remember if there was a specific reason. I think there was just like season 10 was airing at the time. I watched a couple episodes and I was just like, my interests were just changing at the time. So. Yeah,
I think it was kind of the same for me, except like I mentioned, by season 10, like there was like Dean becoming a demon plotline, which was solved in like 3 episodes.
I can't even remember what
no,
that
I don't
was.
blame you. I was like, I was really excited for it. I was like, that's so interesting.
Yeah,
and they
I just
solved
remember
it
them
really
being
quickly.
in a bunker. Or was that
That's the
9?
bunker. I was thinking of the bunker because
Yeah.
I was thinking it's funny how like
I don't give a fuck about the bunker.
no one of the big things I love about the early seasons of the show and this episode, and Eric Kripke says it himself about like this is a road trip show.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like, oh, we gave them the Batcave, and it's like,
yeah, exactly.
where's the road trip?
Yeah, exactly. You kind of. I suppose at that point, I'm pretty sure they've traveled to every state. They need to branch out to like. Do you know what they should have carried on with like the tying this into the anime progression? They should have keep going. Obviously, they killed God.
Yes, they did kill. I'm pretty sure it ends with them killing God.
Yeah, they kill gods. So continue that progression. They go beyond America.
Yeah,
they go to South America.
I don't think
they go across.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Dean could have lasted in South America.
No. Wow.
I think I don't know if just based on this first episode.
Yeah.
If Dean's the quintessential man, and the way he speaks to Jessica in the 2 lines he has with her, I don't see Dean Winchester not being a racist.
Oh yeah, that's
in this first episode.
This is it.
Before he progresses.
Much like the Always Sunny thing, it is very much a product of its time.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah. Oh, it's so 2005. Like Sam, of course, he's so respectful. He's like a baby boy.
I was reading this article from I think it was like USA Today, and they were talking about like trying to get people hooked on it, and it was just like they're talking about Kripke. He's joined as producer. McG, man. Okay, I got to talk about McG later.
I don't know about that.
Acknowledges the success of ABC's loss in making easier for these kind of shows to get on air. They reflect an uncertain post 9/11 spirit in which an enemy is not only out to get us, he could be living among us. Which is like, what the fuck do you get from this?
You know what?
When you have 9/11 on your mind and you fucking see it everywhere.
We're not American, but at no point while watching this I was like, damn, you could really feel the 9/11.
everything post 9/11 is about 9/11. To be fair, it is American. Maybe it is.
Maybe
he's
it
tapping
is.
in something. Maybe USA Today knows what they're on about.
Yeah, honestly, weirdly enough, I can imagine like Eric Kripke doing something in The Boys to do with 9/11. But because that's the kind of show that does seem like it would deal with something like that.
We should do The Boys at some point.
We should. When it ends, maybe we'll do it.
Okay.
So like in 10 years.
Yeah, and then we can point back to this episode and be like, oh, if you liked...
Yeah.
Come back to this
Come
one
back to
where we talk about Supernatural and call it gay.
It's gay.
It's gay.
I'm honestly a little disappointed. Like, I know he's a baby in the first scene, but like, I feel like, I don't know if it's just kind of the younger brother, like, the trope was like, oh, Sam is the softer one, he's nice.
Yeah.
And then they introduced him with a girlfriend, and it's like, Sam could have been gay.
I mean, once again, we could say this about literally everything. It's 2005. They're not having gay protagonists in their
not.
in
Which
the
is funny because
show.
We both watched that documentary from the DVD.
Yeah.
And they mention in that like Supernatural like had episodes about there was that episode Faith.
Oh yeah, where they were there was like a cult that was just like killing anyone who was
killing
just,
like gay people and
So they also they're clearly written by women.
Well, that's what I found that really interesting. So Eric Kripke wrote the first 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And then for season 6 and 7, what was her name? Sarah. I can't remember her last name. I didn't write all of their names down. But the second showrunner of Supernatural was a woman.
Really?
And I find that so interesting.
Yeah.
Because like so many shows that have been going on 4 years have never like have female showrunners. I think that's really rare.
Yeah. No, that was kind of cool. And when you come, I was just like, oh shit, yay.
Yeah.
They had what are they called?
DEI.
DEIs.
DEIs.
They are Dean hires.
DEI.
DDI hires.
Speaking of women, so
go on.
Should we talk about the women? Should we talk about like the episode?
Okay. So we have basically the introduction of introducing the Winchester family, and this gets expanded upon later on in the show, but I don't remember it, so I'm not gonna. But it's just Sam in the
Sam's the baby.
Sam's the baby in the crib. They're just putting him to sleep. His mother goes to bed. Mary goes to sleep. Mary. I know.
Mary.
Oh.
Is his dad named John?
Oh yeah.
That's really close to Joseph.
I mean, John's a biblical name.
Oh, John is a biblical name as well. Yeah.
There's many biblical
allegories. That was probably on purpose.
Absolutely, it was.
Okay, fair. Sorry, go on. Continue.
But yeah, she notices she goes to check on her child, notices someone's over the crib who she thinks is John, before realising that John is downstairs watching military footage.
Is that what I didn't
No,
focus
he was
on.
asleep.
I know, I didn't focus what was on TV. I love that bit. I think
it's very well shot.
I think that's really well done.
Pretty decently paced. And it's got that cool shot. I really like the shot of her being engulfed in flames. They use it a million times in recap episodes, but it does look tight as fuck.
I had that same thought because, like, there is that incredible shot. Then there's John carrying Sam, giving him to Dean. And there's the specific line of, go! Take your brother outside the house and don't look back. Go now, Dean.
Go now, Dean.
I just remember, like, in every recap.
He's played by
man from Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
What's his name? Oh my god. Well, I'll say about the other two. So Dean is played not as a child but as an adult by Jensen Ackles.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
So we've got Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Jared Padalecki as Sam, and Jensen Ackles as Dean.
Bearing in mind most of these facts, I'll be honest. There were secondary sources from Wikipedia, so take them with like an avalanche of salt. But
most of mine I got from like it's stuff I found from like I looked at Wikipedia and I looked at the Supernatural wiki.
Yeah,
there's only one where I like fully got it on IMDb, and I was like, "There's no source for this," but I did write it down.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't know which one was it. Right. Anyway, I do have some more facts though. But if we finish the intro, let's go for it.
I just want to say, Eric Kripke originally wanted Bruce Campbell to play the dad.
Really? I don't know that.
From Evil Dead.
That makes sense.
And I think that would have been very funny. I don't think it would have worked for this kind of tone because he does have this sort of natural campiness. Yeah. Which later on, I think it would have worked. But I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan did a good job. Yeah. So notice he's downstairs. She goes up, notices, and then she screams. Jeffrey Dean Morgan goes up, and then she's pinned to the ceiling and it explodes.
Yeah, incredible shot.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. Yeah, so that's our first introduction to a woman in the show, and she dies immediately.
Yeah, and is a mother.
And she's a mother.
And is titled Mary. But, we're going to spoil the entire episode. It's one episode, watch it. But
we literally said how the show ends.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, God.
I forget what happens like 10 minutes ago. We're going a mile a minute. Yeah, but at the end of the episode, obviously the same fate befalls on his girlfriend.
Yeah, Jessica.
Which I don't know. Feels Freudian.
That is. And it's funny because I kind of remember, and obviously like you wouldn't know if you had only watched the pilot, you wouldn't know like what that means or who is killing these women.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny that they're like, hey Sam, she's dying the same way your mother died. But also, Sam was a baby, and Dean wasn't in the room. So I know they know that their mother died because of a demon and she was burned alive. But Sam doesn't remember seeing his mother on the ceiling like that. So that demon just did it for like style points.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping a thematic through line for their kills, which is kind of cool. And I know they like retcon it later that I don't know if it's like a retcon, but they do say like Mary was like a hunter. Like
I don't know if that was a retcon or just.
Do they do anything with Jessica later on?
I don't remember a single thing to do with Jessica.
Yeah,
I do not
she
think
is
she's
literally
mentioned.
there to die and to be ogled out, which is like.
And it is gross. And to be honest, one thing. So originally there wasn't the pilot on the TV was the pilot they made, the episode we watched. But there
which is quite convenient for us.
Yes. But there was a script, for like a prior script for another pilot.
Right. So is this the one... Okay, because I know there was like one that was like talked... That Eric Kripke has talked about multiple times that he like made, but then he was like unsatisfied with. Is it this one? I'm not sure because there are different versions. The one I read, the only real changes are Mary was killed in a car crash, and the dad was a suspect because he was in the car with her, which is obviously meant to tie into like the episode because the episode is about people who die in cars. Yeah. The rest of the episode pretty much progressed except they were raised by their aunt and uncle. The dad like left. Dean believes in the supernatural, and Sam doesn't. They weren't hunters. They weren't raised as hunters. So they're really going for an X-Files. Yeah, and like one doubter and the other. Yeah, just like... and a lot of it is Dean like trying to convince Sam. And I know they said... How would that work past one episode? Because he would see one demon and be like... Oh. Yeah, exactly. By the end of the episode... Really go for it, they make it really ambiguous, but... The rest of the episode wasn't. The rest of the episode plays out pretty much exactly the same. Oh, okay. So... I think they did the right thing to just make them hunters. But apparently there was another version of the pilot script where the episode ended
with them finding the dad dead on the ceiling and the burning. Which, would have been less sexist.
Yeah.
But then they do a lot of stuff with the dad later on in this season.
Yeah, that's
So I
true.
don't know how that would have progressed.
Yeah.
But it's interesting as concept. Also, the idea of Jeffrey Dean Morgan pinned to the ceiling would be quite funny. Yeah, so I'm not sure which one he's referring to specifically in terms of the pilot scripts, but those were the 2 different ones I could find. But then the only one they filmed is the one that we got.
Yeah.
So there's no
it was directed by David Nutter, which is a great name.
Yes.
But he was obviously a good pick because he's worked on like quite similar shows. He's directed a few episodes of The X-Files actually.
Yeah.
And then later on he would do some Game of Thrones. Before this he did like Band of Brothers. He's continued to work with CW. He actually did the pilot for Arrow and
really?
The Flash.
I didn't know that.
So
I knew he'd done past ones. I didn't look at the ones he did after this.
Yeah. So he's obviously like a go-to guy for CW
pilots.
But he also worked on the Tarzan show mentioned earlier. So
I thought
again, so like it'll correlates with them working together for this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you know about how the pilot that we watched was put on Yahoo streaming a week before it was set to premiere to build up hype as a part of the promotional scheme? Yeah.
Oh damn, that's crazy. That must have been compressed to shit.
Yeah, I couldn't find much more information about it, but I thought that was really interesting. So apparently Warner Brothers just like put it on streaming through Yahoo a week before so that people could like watch it and build up hype, which is cool.
Yeah.
I would argue that
when did that air? Because I know
So the original episode aired September 13th, 2005.
And on Yahoo they aired it when?
About a week before. I can't remember the exact date. I didn't write it down for some reason. But it's weird though because like you'd think that, don't get me wrong, lots of shows show pilots before.
Yeah.
Like other shows we talked about have. Like Lee aired theirs month before. But showing it only a week before, I feel like that would drop the viewing figures because people would then be like, I've watched this episode. I'll join in the week after.
I guess so, but you got to bear in mind, this was like 2005.
Exactly, yeah.
So the internet is not what it is now with like streaming now.
It would get some people who were able to watch it talking about it, and then people would tune in.
So you'd only get the nerds checking it out on Yahoo.
Exactly.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Yahoo.
I can't wait to talk about Yahoo on the fucking...
They're related to the community. Well,
yeah, to the
They're
community.
related to Tumblr, aren't they? Didn't Yahoo buy Tumblr at some point?
Yes, they did.
That's wild.
That's why.
Yeah, maybe.
It's all connected.
Oh, yeah, they were the ones who like sunk all the money into Tumblr and then it died. Yeah. So they... That's really funny.
Oh, God. It all connects.
It does all
connected.
connect.
We're like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We're like John in the hotel room with
the
our strings.
connections.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that hotel room. I also love the motel guy just being like, "Hey, this
is your guy." Yeah.
My one thing with this show, I know it's a procedural, like kind of like a cop show.
I kind of forgotten those elements. I just kind of remember the demon hunting, but now watching back at it, it is just quite a procedural show.
It is,
just, like, they are obviously fake cops. And this gets brought up like in like later on in the episode where they get found out. Yeah. And then Dean gets arrested because of it.
Which is really funny.
Yeah.
Because like I think that's the only time that happens. Probably.
Yeah.
Because you can't have that happen.
And then it's just like he leaves and I just like can't be bothered to catch him.
Yeah, it's a small town police force.
Yeah, that's like whatever.
What are they gonna do? But yeah, I thought that was really funny of like how easily they get information out of people. Yeah. Like obviously they get found out for like being fake cops, but also they get given information. Like they
do. They kind of bullshit their way. And when that first happened, okay, we're kind of bouncing around the episode. I'll just say this part. I got kind of annoyed at that part. It's just like, what? They're just like going along with it. But it does come back later on, where I can kind of forgive it. Where they're just like, oh yeah, you were bullshit and we're gonna arrest you now.
Yeah, which is good.
But just talk a little bit more about the production of it.
Yeah, of course. We are bouncing around a fuck ton this episode. Thanks, because so excited. I'm trying to think of it. I think I've gone through all my production notes.
I got a few more.
I've got some about like to go through later in the episode once we like get to those bits. But yeah, I'll let you take the reins then.
Okay, so I think I was either David Nutter or Eric Kripke. I didn't specify, but one of them worked on Smallville. Where Jared Leto... oh, God, could you imagine? Where Jared Padalecki auditioned to play Superman.
I could see that,
Yeah, especially with the guy they cast on there. They basically look the exact same. But he didn't get the role. But they met them on there. Where they also met McGee, director of Charlie's Angels.
Sick.
And Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. And a bunch of myriad of other things. He's produced a lot of stuff. A lot of TV, a lot of movies, a lot of trash. It's kind of infamous. He directed Terminator Salvation as well. He's a well-known guy in the industry. Don't know if he's a crook. Maybe he is. He also did Tall Girl.
Tall Girl.
Yeah.
I love Tall Girl.
I love a Tall Girl.
There was a sequel, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Too Tall, Too Girl. Taller Girl.
But then, obviously, he worked on the show as well. He was an executive producer. From what I understand, from the way he describes it, he brought a lot of the humour to the show.
Yes. Yeah.
And give it a bit more of a structure. Give it a bit of a more, as he describes as like the hero's journey to it.
Yes.
And you can see it with this episode, specifically with Sam, and that he's like kind of like the reluctant hero.
Yeah.
And eventually, because of his dead mum girlfriend,
yes. Yeah.
double whammy. He answers the call to action.
Sam is kind of the main character of the show. Like, I remember a lot of the earlier stuff focusing pretty much just on Sam.
Yeah.
Like, the show kind of revolves around him, and that works. And, like, you know, we meet him as an adult first. We see his life.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
how his life is affected.
He is like a good introduction to this world.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that interesting in this episode, just because he's like often being quite reluctant.
Yeah.
And Dean gets like, I feel so Dean gets like a lot of the shine in this episode, because obviously he gets to be more of a foil. He gets to want to be adventurous.
Yeah, it's like, he's charming.
Yeah. Even though he's
the worst part is that wasn't in the original pilot script. He's just like respectful to Jessica in that, and I'm just like, made him misogynistic.
I can see Richie just like grabbing the script, being like, more sexism, please. I don't know. It is annoying because this is horrible to say. I can almost understand, because it's just like, it ties into his character. He's juvenile.
Yeah.
And that, but in a way, it also plays into just the stereotypes of the time, playing into that machismo shit into it.
Yeah, Dean Winchester manosphere
shit. Which obviously didn't exist at the time, but
no, but it's just a different kind of sexism, isn't it? Like, he would think he was being cute.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Saying about Sam, this isn't, you won't find this on any wiki, this is straight from my brain.
Okay, go for it.
So he's a law student. Yeah. He wants to go to law school.
Yeah.
Elle Woods from Legally Blonde got a better LSAT score than he did.
What was his score?
His was 174.
Yeah.
Hers was 179.
Nice.
So Elle Woods is smarter. Elle Woods could have been in Supernatural.
Absolutely.
Sam couldn't have been in Legally Blonde. So,
spoken like someone who's just watched Legally Blonde.
Yeah. The second they mentioned the LSATs, I was like, I know this.
Searching the archives.
I don't know what the LSATs are. I just know that she did better in them. I don't know. It's hard with them, because it's like also almost got a sitcom structure where, like, you know, they go through this hero's journey, but also, you know, it is only one episode. They don't really like change. I don't think he learns anything.
Yeah.
Like, he does the reluctant hero thing and then goes back to his life. The only reason he doesn't just go back to a normal life is because his mom girlfriend
his mom girlfriend combo.
Yeah.
His mommy.
Yeah, like she exploded. So, you know.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, maybe it would have been more interesting.
Well, that's the thing. No, that kind of ties it in, because like a big part of it is that he goes back to his normal life, but it has changed.
Oh, yeah,
fair. Usually it's him that has changed, but obviously
the circumstances.
Yeah.
I like the idea of maybe him choosing to go, like, look for his dad.
Yeah.
More than just, my girlfriend's dead, so I guess what else am I going to do?
I get from what I remember, they do expand upon it in the later episodes, but it's not really seen that. Should we get into the episode? Like, proper.
It's wild. Like, just the idea of, like, we haven't got into the episode yet. I feel like we talked about so much.
Yeah, I know. We've been bouncing around.
No, yeah. So we talked about the intro. We've talked about Sam's introduction.
Yeah.
And then Dean comes. He picks Sam up. Another bit that's burned into my brain is Dad's on a hunting trip. Has been home in a couple of days. Just like that shot of him. But I like that. I like Dean's introduction. It's kind of generic, but like, you know, it is 2005 of this character. You know, he immediately fights, bodies Sam, and then like is immediately joking with him.
The information is conveyed.
Yeah,
it's like it does the whole two things, where it's just like it gets across the exposition, because like many pilots, it's got a battle with introducing all the characters, introducing the structure, and have a compelling plot.
Yeah.
I think it does two of those things. I don't find specifically the the ghost story of the latter half that interesting. I think it does the job kind of well of just like introducing the characters and like how like what the general
vibes.
I'm having a brain fart.
That's okay.
It's
getting cut. It's fine. So the ghost story. So Supernatural.
Modus operandi. There you go.
Okay, we can't cut it out now.
Oh, no, okay. Well, you
connected the bits.
Yeah, sure. Modus operandi. It's the general.
What's the definition of modus operandi?
It's how it. It's the. Oh, fuck you.
I don't know what that is.
I'm looking here.
Okay.
An individual habits of working, particularly in the context of business or criminal investigations, but are generally. But also.
I'm really sorry. I heard what you said.
How it generally functions.
Okay, I heard what you said. I didn't understand it. I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, the structure and the. I get it. Yeah. I get it now. It's clicked.
Yeah. So it's it's got to introduce all the characters and that.
Yeah.
I feel as though whereas they would generally spend the entire episode focusing on the ghost story and kind of be like, oh yeah, by the way, we got to find our dad, and then they do that later on. Yeah. It's obviously the finding dad stuff is a major part of it, and I do find that stuff quite compelling actually.
Yeah. I like that. I like
in general. I really like the brother dynamic, even straight away. I think it's quite good. Yeah,
I like I said the introduction was kind of generic, and it is, but I also like that it doesn't immediately just frame it. It's Sam's the smart thing one, and Dean's the strong mask one and stuff like that. Yeah. Because Dean gets Sam on the floor, and then Sam flips him over. So it's oh no, Sam's strong as well. Sam can fight. Dean's handy in other ways.
So why is Dean here?
Sex appeal.
Yeah, that's true. They're quite cute, aren't they?
They are quite cute. Young Darren Pellick is quite cute. Yeah. Dean's 26 in this.
I know. I wrote that down as well. He's 26.
Which we're 26.
Yeah,
right
I know.
Now.
He's out there hunting demons, and we're here.
What are we doing? Yeah, about him. We're hunting our own demons, in many ways.
Yeah.
Speaking of the demons.
So
one thing that they wanted to do is focus on the Americana and urban legends, which are massive in America.
Yeah, that was a big influence on the writer.
It is, yeah, and I think that it's funny because I think urban legends are still big now, especially with the internet, and at the time, obviously, the emerging internet.
I was thinking about this. It's just could you imagine a supernatural show where it just focuses on creepypasta?
Yeah.
Fucking Sam and Dean hunting Slender Man and shit.
Yo. Honestly, I was going to say if it went on for long enough, maybe it could have done Slender Man,
Sam,
but it did.
I found the papers!
It would have gone over. I wonder if they ever considered a Slender Man episode.
Absolutely.
I can imagine
they were on top. I'm sure one of the writers was on top.
Misha Collins has a Tumblr. At least he did.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he still does now.
Yeah, he calls the Misha Apocalypse.
Oh my god, he did. Yeah, that's wild. But he's not in this episode.
I activated the Winter Soldier part of your brain then.
You did.
I just saw it.
But he's not in this episode. This early show is just Sam and Dean.
Yeah. It's quite bare bones.
Yeah.
Which is obviously very common in at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Where it's just it's meat and potatoes. It's just it's a regular procedural. Obviously later on they go quite weird.
Yeah.
With they get really interesting parts. I remember some really great episodes where they go, but for this one specifically, they stick to the basics of go to a crime scene, interview, very much CSI.
Yeah, it's basically CSI but with ghosts, and it's interesting because thinking of the urban legend aspect, obviously so the woman in white in this episode is based on the Mexican folktale of La Llorona.
I'm glad you did research on this because I was thinking of doing it. I was just joke.
I wanted to because I read online that it was based on La Llorona, but I couldn't remember the episode. I read it before I'd watched it, and I was like, I don't remember it. That's nothing to do with a car. I was making notes as I watched the episode of oh, this is slightly different. But no, by the end, it's about a woman who, in a fit of rage, because her husband was unfaithful, drowns her children, and when she realizes what she's done, she then chooses to die by suicide, and drown herself as well.
Yeah.
So the actual effect of the ghost story is it's very heavily tied to that, to the point where almost I wish, seeing as it's about America in general and filmed around these American folktales.
Yeah.
It's a shame in a way that it's it says, oh, she's a woman in white, but it makes me wonder does La Llorona as a folktale exist in the supernatural world? Because the next episode is Wendigo.
Yeah.
I saw it because I was thinking that, and then it popped up watch episode 2 Wendigo, which is obviously a Native American folktale.
Yeah.
And then you've got a couple episodes later as Bloody Mary. I guess maybe they didn't want to just be oh, Sam and Dean are killing the Mexican folktale creature of La Llorona, and they just wanted to base it on it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Whereas they want to keep it like kind of in universe rather than sort of acknowledging the tale.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Also, is it like a very well known? I haven't heard of it before that.
Yeah, it's got films based on it and stuff. I heard of it, but I watch like a lot of horror creators on YouTube, and like he's not even necessarily a horror creator, but he does a lot of stuff. One of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. GG, he did watching bad film adaptations of the La Llorona story.
Okay.
Like a couple of years ago now. So like I've known about it for a couple of years, but I didn't know about it when I first watched this episode, like way back when.
Yeah.
So I like didn't think about it at all then.
Is it better than those movies?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't hop on it. It's just like it says what the story is. I think the ghost story itself is interesting. In the original script, it's not La Llorona.
Yeah.
In the original script, the car stuff is still there, but instead of unfaithful husbands, she says like, I can never go home. But it's because she was abused, and like the ghosts of her parents are there.
Oh, okay.
I guess they were like, that's more tragic. Like obviously it's still tragic. Like a woman killed her children, and then like her children's ghosts like take her to presumably to hell or like to nothing or whatever.
Yeah.
To have Sam and Dean be fighting this ghost who was an abuse victim.
Yeah.
That does. I guess that is maybe. Because they don't acknowledge that really in the original script.
No, it just makes the story, I guess, a bit simpler. They don't want to add too many complexities to it.
Yeah. Just having it like,
Dean, we killed an abuse victim. It's fine.
It's fine. Look, her abusive parents are taking her to hell.
Yeah, no, they don't want to acknowledge that. They
No.
just wanted to keep it quite simple. It's
Yeah.
interesting they picked this one as like the first episode.
I was thinking that as well. Maybe they didn't want to go heavy-handed with a really big one.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Wendigos are well known, and that was episode 2. Bloody Mary is like episode 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
So like they do some really well known stories.
They hit the big ones.
Yeah.
But for this one, I guess they didn't want it to draw too much attention away.
Yeah, from the
Which is like
plot.
It's good in a way because it doesn't draw attention away from the main brotherly relationship.
Yeah.
From the father stuff, but at the same time, I think it does sort of diminish that sort of story a little bit. It's sort of a balancing act, so I guess I can't really complain about it too much. However, whenever they sort of cut back to, or like even with like the introduction, with like the horny guy getting in the car, it's just kind of like, all right.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly the structure the show goes from now on, but I imagine what it will be is the cold open, whereas this week's cold open is we meet the Winchesters, we see her on the phone. I think from now on, every cold open will probably be like introducing the ghost or demon.
Whereas
like
the cold open in this is like halfway through the episode.
Yeah, essentially. We meet the ghost like halfway through.
Yeah.
That plot like starts up then. Whereas in the rest of the episodes, it probably does the first victim of like the monster of the week, then does the whole like supernatural intro, and then carries on from there. Saying about the intro, says the first show, well, no, Glee doesn't have an intro, but it doesn't have an outro. Supernatural doesn't necessarily have a theme song. However, did you notice one particular guitar riff that played like 10 times throughout the episode?
All I really noticed was like the constant AC/DC, but
there was a lot of AC/DC. I can't remember.
Well, we'll talk about that because like the music's like kind of
yes, I'd love to talk about the music. Yeah, there's a specific guitar riff to the point where I kind of want to get it up just to show you.
Okay.
It played constantly throughout.
Did it?
To the point where sometimes it would play, the scene would continue, and it would start playing again. This is it.
Oh, just like the generic sting of it.
Oh wait. This bit doesn't play as much. No. It's specifically that and then like the rest of it fades into the background.
Yeah.
I can literally remember scenes where I'd hear that and then like 20 seconds later they would start it again because obviously that plays at the start of the song.
Yeah.
So it's really noticeable. Fuck Sam for being like, Dean, you've got to update your cassette collection.
I know.
Bastard,
I literally
dickhead. I knew you'd have opinions.
Of course
about
I
this.
would. Well, we're cassette enjoyers.
We are.
And also they rock now. 2005, I guess maybe they're in that in between phase.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go like, damn, you should get CDs, man. Then I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, because it's like realistically, it was probably like you need CDs.
Yeah.
It's not like he was saying you need to get fucking Spotify in 2005. But still, even then, Sam's like You got fucking AC/DC in here.
I know, it's got the most
It's like, wow. It's like, to be fair, just say like mullet rock, which I do think is funny.
Yeah.
Which is just so funny of like really basic rock bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I think that's good because it helps differentiate.
That's true.
Sam and Dean just being like,
yeah,
they obviously have quite different tastes as well.
Yes, yeah.
But the music that itself is like a big part of the show, as
it is, yeah.
As the writers have talked about, that they wrote it in the script as well, that they wanted like these sort of classic rock songs to kind of be the soundtrack of it, and it has become a character in its own right, as well as the car that they've said.
There are songs I really like that were introduced to me through Supernatural.
Yeah, it did sort of shape my early my really early teens taste in music.
Heat of the Moment, fucking All Night Long.
Yeah, Carry On My Wayward Son.
Carry On My Wayward Son.
Not in this episode. I don't know when they.
I think it's in the finale. They play that for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah. To the point it becomes a meme.
Yeah,
but like,
I kind of hate that song.
Yeah.
Like I can't listen to it casually.
Yeah.
There are some songs I listen to and it's like, oh, this is in Supernatural. That one I cannot listen to.
Because it does tie into the whole Americana and like Dean's character quite well.
Yeah, and like the road trip aspect as well.
Yeah,
like...
the whole cassette like mixtape of classic rock like works really well for it. Which is quite surprising they do it on Compila, because licensing music is like quite expensive. So I could just imagine like, I don't know, maybe CW had the rights to these things anyway and they're just like, fuck it, go on.
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking that because that's the thing with music as a whole. Not many shows have real music or like make a point of saying like, oh, we're going to have real songs. If you can hear snoring, Coco is sleeping in my room.
The designated podcast
dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Coco, what's your thoughts on Supernatural? He did make a noise.
Yeah, he did. He sort of grunted.
It's interesting for them to be actually doing an actual soundtrack. I wish more things did soundtracks. I like hearing songs I know in media.
I like being like, oh my god, I know that.
Yeah.
They do it in a way where it isn't obtrusive, which is like quite difficult to do with like licensed music a lot of the time, because it can just kind of take you up. But for this, it's like it does help like establish the world of it quite well. I feel.
It makes sense as well. It's like, where would you play music? Like in your car.
Yeah.
And the car is like the third main character, the Impala. That is such a big part of the show.
Yeah, that car's tight. I don't like
that car is tight. I don't like cars either. That car is sick. We've both said that we like old boxy cars. I like cars with like that style boot where it doesn't even open all the way. You can't like.
We don't like these pussy cars anymore. All the round shits. We want mask cars.
Yeah, I want boxes on wheels. Or aerodynamic. No, I want it less dynamic.
They learn more about their dad, and they obviously defeat the ghost.
I like how the ghost is defeated. Can we talk about the CGI?
Well, specifically which part? Because there's one part of it I really, really like.
Okay, I'm really curious.
Yeah.
First of all, the flashing where like she's a normal ghost, normal woman, kind of faded, and then like it flashes to like a creepy face.
Yeah.
I don't love that. I think that's like really generic and basic.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about the end because it's so extreme.
I loved how that looked.
Yeah.
It's just specifically because apparently on one of the commentaries they cited Dark Water, which is a Japanese horror film.
Okay.
And I've been watching a lot of V cinema recently, and that is exactly what they look like.
Yeah.
They just go absolutely ape shit for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I love cheap
Yeah.
CGI green screen when it's done to the point of like creativity. I love that shock of just like, what the fuck is going on for like 5 seconds. I think it works really well.
Because I think the problem is like when she's like a ghost and she's like trying to kill Sam in the car.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh look, like if you look for a split second, like her face is creepy.
Yeah.
But like they try to keep it still a bit grounded. But at the end, like you said, it's just balls to the wall, and for a second you're like, whoa, what?
Yeah,
like,
no, I absolutely love that. And the fact that they cited those as influences, I believe them.
That makes me appreciate it more. I think I was just kind of in shock when I first saw it.
But like, I was like, this is fucking sick, man.
But it's like they go in hard on it, and also it's a good thing in a way because it's like, it's 2005, it's got a TV budget.
Yeah.
The CGI probably was never going to be great. So to just go extreme with it, where it's like, it doesn't matter if it's realistic, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that.
But no, I really like that. But obviously then they defeat Sam goes back, Mummy dies. I don't know if this is true, but apparently they cited an influence as the window licker music video. You know, the fucking Aphex Twin. I showed you this one. You know when we were showing each other music videos?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently they cited that as an influence. I don't really see it, but
No.
Hey, if they just wanted to name drop it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But they obviously have like pretty good taste going into it. When I was looking on Reddit about the Supernatural fans' like opinions on the thing, you know, at the end where like obviously Dean drops Sam off.
Yes.
And Sam goes up and then he sees his mommy dying.
His mommy dying.
But like Dean drives off, but then he suddenly just appears and kicks in the door like straight away. Apparently, there's a scene where Dean drives off. There's radio interference. He hears and that signals to him there's like ghostly apparition. But I do think it's so much funnier how he just like he hears Sam scream and then he busts into the door. It's like you're just like Sam.
Hey, I am someone who I'm often the designated driver, and sometimes after people leave my car and I'm by myself, I do just sit there for a few minutes. So I fully believe Dean was just like, oh, you know, it's been a rough couple of days. Just like, a bit of quiet, and then just hears his brother scream, and is immediately like. Well, that's the one thing of Dean's character I love. You see it a bit in this episode, but like, I love how much he loves Sam and like how much he'll do for him.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I do really appreciate that. I like a brotherly relationship.
Yeah.
And
I love the toxic masculinity of no chick flick moments, and then he calls him a jerk.
Oh yeah,
just like,
bitch.
Dean's
saying bitch as if he's not a gay lord.
Yeah, but he says it
bitch.
Gay way, so
Yeah, he does. He does say it in such a gay way. I like saying about the masculinity. It's interesting as well because obviously like Sam and Dean were raised by a single dad as well. Mm-hmm. And one of the lines I really like is I got it written by here. When I told Dad I was afraid of the thing in my closet, it gave me a 45. And then they have a conversation about it, and he's like, well, what was he meant to say? And it's like, well, don't be afraid of the dark. Don't be like it. And obviously extreme in this world, because demons and creatures do exist. But Sam's right of, like, there are a lot of dads who just don't acknowledge, like, their children's feelings. And, like...
No, that whole scene, but the conversation between them is really good characterization.
Yeah. Because at this point... We've seen the dad for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And we haven't filled in that 20-year gap between
you just kind of get nuggets in this episode, which is like quite good. Cause you just get their accounts. You get to obviously see like his room and how he like hunts and whatever. Get his diary, which comes back in later on. So it's really good creating that mystique around the character as well as learning about Sam and Dean's like past as well. Yeah, and how they both responded to things differently. Yeah. Where like Sam wanted comfort because he was like, you know, he should have just told me not to be afraid of the dark. And Dean's just straight away like, well, you should be afraid of the dark. So it's always that Sam is a lot more emotional about it, whereas Dean's just kind of factual in the sense of like, no, there are creatures, there are things in your closet out to get you, and you should be afraid. And like that doesn't necessarily make Dean braver. It just splits their character and shows that they're different. Yeah, that's definitely the strongest part of this like whole pilot, which carries on through the show, leaps and valleys. But the dynamic is like always like pretty strong. They Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles do have really good chemistry. They do, yeah, genuinely. It is funny to think of like, damn, they really did do this for like 15 years. Yeah. Constant. No, that like I remember being big in like, you know, Tumblr Supernatural fandom, keeping up with everything. And, you know, there was a lot of opinions a lot of the time about a lot of different aspects of the show. But I think you can really just see it this early on of, like, that connection between them in particular. Yeah. Not knowing at the time whether, like, they probably had no idea that it would go on to be this. Yeah. It was quite interesting. Thing. When I was, like, doing some research, I was looking at this, I think it was just, like, a blog post someone made. It was someone who was clearly, like, a really big fan, and they were just like going back to the pilot after watching the final, and they were making these comparisons. I don't agree a lot of the time with like the quality of things, but they genuinely had this like extreme emotional connection to them. So the show definitely had a reach, and you can see like the seeds of it now. Yeah, I think so. I think you can see how a show like this would get 327 episodes. I think that, like, don't get me wrong, that's a fucking lot of episodes. Yeah. But even just like the whole like just hunting ghosts on the road. It's just like this could just like continue forever. Yeah. Like how many seasons did X-Files have? It's 10. 10, yeah. And then a reboot, I think. Yeah, so it's just that sort of show of like. Granted, I've not seen X-Files, but I can just imagine that sort of show where we will get to it, where you know, you've almost got like endless things you can talk about. Yeah. I mean, obviously they do escalate it, like they fight God. Yeah. but like
There's always legends. Like, they could have probably continued it talking about, like, taking ideas from fucking creepypasta.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's Supernatural episode.
Oh god, no.
Freddy Fazbear.
Oh god, that would have been crazy.
Dean, it's the purple guy.
Oh my god. You know, actually, no. I'm glad it ended.
No, I've got a better idea.
Yeah?
Sam, they're in, like, Sam is just, because Dean is just weirder. Dean researches, goes down a Five Nights at Freddy's rabbit hole, thinks it's real, and Sam has to sit him down and be like, I'm serious. There is no ghost in this situation. It is a video game.
I think it goes to show that they're compelling characters because we're literally writing fan fiction right here and now within.
We had a conversation about this the other day, didn't we? We were just like, we care about something when we end up just being like, we could do this.
We saw Megan 2,
and
we were kind of mixed on it, but we just started spitballing random ideas, and that's what really hits us with media. It's that, like, even if, like, the product itself isn't that great, there's certain parts of it that are just quite compelling where it just, like, it fires our neurons and we're just, like, writing our own shit.
Like, I do think these characters are, like, so strong in their connection. Like, especially later on in the show when you get Castiel, who fucking doesn't come in for, like, the first 4 seasons.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
But, like, you know, his whole thing is, like, you know, fish out of water because he's not even human. So I like the idea of, in our Five Nights at Freddy's Supernatural crossover, Sam is, like, trying to convince Dean it's not, like, it's a video game, and Castiel's just like, no, it sounds serious. It's like, no, we need to go. No. Mm-hmm. What if it's just Castiel sitting down watching Matt Pat? It's just like,
look at I'm watching The Theory, man.
The Theory. It is weird to think, though, of, like, there's been a lot of talk about, like, in not last couple of years, but just in general in media, of, like, meta storytelling. And it is so funny to go back to the first episode of Supernatural and be like, oh, eventually this show is going to have episodes where, like, they come to the real world and they're, like, in a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that stuff.
Yeah.
I truly think they probably should have they were probably right to end it when they did after 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Because, like, fuck. That was, like, season 5?
5, 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6, where they were like, well, we're in TV shows.
Yeah.
And then, like, a bit later, where, like,
but what do you get to when you're a writer and then you're running out of folklore? You're just like, what do I write about now? Oh, I guess they're in a TV show now.
Exactly. Well, one of the last big episodes I remember watching was the 200th episode special, which is wild considering there was 127 more episodes after that. But that was, like, an episode where a school was putting on a, like, because there are Supernatural books, and in the universe of the show, Supernatural is also a book series. God has written this. Oh, we're getting deep.
Fucking hell.
There are real Supernatural books. However, like, there's not many of them. But in the world of the show, they use Supernatural is novelized about Sam and Dean, and, like, you know, it is about Sam and Dean. And it was like, it turns out the guy who was writing was basically God and so on. And eventually they kill God. But I remember the 200th episode. We've gone wild after this.
No, God,
pilot.
The episode's done.
Pilot episode. Episode 200.
No, this show's nuts.
Yeah, that's true. And like a group of teenagers at, like, a fucking high school is putting on a theatre musical adaptation of the show, which obviously is, like, is meta, but also they're only doing it because the books exist in the show about their life. And then it's like, oh, but
what season is this?
I fucking don't remember, right? So there's 20 episodes. There's 23 episodes a season. It must have been in season 10.
Because, like, generally, like, the weirder episodes do stick out in my mind.
Yeah. I think it must have been around season 10, because it was, like, 22 episodes a season, except for season 3.
Yeah.
Because that one's, like, was during a writer's strike. Let me have a quick look. I'm pretty sure the episode is called 200. And they sing an acoustic version of Carry On My Wayward Son, which opens a whole other meta-narrative aspect.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know. So, no, they should have kept it going. I want more Supernatural. Honestly.
Reboot it.
Yeah. Because we used to say, like, oh, would you greenlight this? I don't even know I would greenlight it at this point. Part of me is like, what if I did just watch all of Supernatural? Not, like, binge it, but, like, every so often I'd chuck an episode on.
I think that's how it should be. You shouldn't binge the show. You will go insane.
No, yeah, exactly. Because, like, the structure would probably be all the same.
Yeah.
But, like, once a week. Oh, I was going to say Supernatural podcast, but there's actually an official Supernatural rewatch podcast with the actors who play definitely Chuck, who is God, the guy
Chuck.
who wrote the guy who wrote the books in universe, and someone else. There is an official Supernatural rewatch podcast, and the first 2 episodes.
No, don't plug other podcasts on here.
That's true.
Stay within the.
Censor it.
Yeah, go on.
But they for the first 2 episodes they had Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles on.
Do you reckon we can get them on this one? Right now?
Right now?
Right now.
Wait, we haven't even.
They're right here.
They are here. They haven't even, before we've released our first episode.
Hey,
it's me.
Oh, we're both Jensen.
Yo, it's 2 Jensen Ackles.
Hi, I'm Jensen 1.
Mom said it's my turn to be Jensen. You have to be Jared.
Alright, I can't do a good Jared impression.
Dean. I feel like his mannerisms are easier to mimic, but his voice isn't. Dean.
Well, wait, hold on. Here's my impression of Jensen in season 1. Aww. Here's my impression of him in season 15.
Fab Five Freddy told me everybody's fly.
It was ridiculous.
A Supernatural podcast can cover a wide range of topics. Fuck off, Google AI. Oh, it's the guy who played Gabriel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, final thoughts on Supernatural.
Well, I said I would greenlight it and might genuinely just keep watching it.
Yeah.
Would you?
Would I carry on watching it?
Or just like greenlight it in general?
I'm a busy person, so no. But I would greenlight it.
But if like you were in 2005 and you didn't realise it would be a 15-year commitment.
Honestly, what kept me going through, because like I liked the show from the beginning, but what kept me going was like knowing how weird it got later on. And like the fan base a lot of the time, and that sort of helped me through it.
I do genuinely love the Supernatural community. Like being
it got kind of crazy.
Being a part of that on Tumblr. Oh yeah, genuinely.
Any other final thoughts? You greenlight it.
I'd greenlight it. I might rewatch it.
I possibly would. But it's been fun going back to it.
Hell, it really has. I want to go on a road trip.
You just want to go on a road trip. Joe's just been obsessed with.
Have.
Go on, just say it for a bit.
I want to camp in my car.
Yeah, just been obsessed with like car camping content.
Yeah, car camping content.
Car camping content.
The CCC.
Yeah. So I guess watching this has also helped fuel that fire.
You couldn't car camp in an Impala.
You could.
Not, it's long enough, but that boot doesn't open enough to give you like.
You could sleep in the boot.
You could have like your feet in the boot, I guess.
With those seats as well, they seem like quite comfy, where you can just kind of like lie in the back.
Oh, that's true. What are we talking about next time? Right, so next week we're going to talk about The Simpson.
Whoa, The Simpson.
The one of them. So tune in for next week.
We'll have our designated friend who is a
Simpsons expert.
A designated Simpson expert.
Yeah. If you would like to send us your thoughts on the podcast, as long as they're positive and really nice.
Yeah, please don't be mean. I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, genuinely, please don't.
In fact, just don't message anything.
Yeah. If you want to direct your hate mail, where's the fucking...
Direct your...
How do I find... What is our email?
Oh.
Let me take it. My laptop is connected to a CRT.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, what's that? Let me switch it back over.
God, that looks so cool. It's doing the thing where it's got like colour strips going across the telly. It looks great.
You can email us your
Sam!
Dude! Sorry, I'm gay. God. Jerk. Bitch.
Fuck you!
Honestly, they should have been allowed to swear.
Yeah, they should have. They fucking murder and shit.
They do.
Like, it's one ghost basically raped Sam.
That's true. That was wild.
I know.
I'm sorry. It's like
I was never.
I've never been unfaithful. You will be.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't blame him for like sending her to hell.
Yeah, like... honestly, sending her to fucking Japanese V cinema hell.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten today.
I've
had a banana.
I have had a banana. It's all that potassium. Bananas are full of sugar. You're having a sugar rush.
I'm fueled by a Pepsi Max cherry.
That's true. You do have Pepsi Max cherry. Mm-hmm. I used to not be allowed to eat that many bananas because they had so much sugar in them, but they were my favourite fruit.
They're good fruit.
They are a good fruit.
Too many people hate on bananas.
Honestly, people don't eat enough fruit. I don't eat enough fruit, I'll be honest. I should eat more fruit. People don't drink enough water.
That's true. Neither do we.
No, we don't. There's like people like you should be drinking like 8
gallons.
8 gallons. You should be drinking a litre of water a day.
A litre?
No, I don't think it's actually a litre.
Okay. I had some really good wedding food.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to a wedding yesterday. Nice. By the way, people.
Oh, yeah.
I wore the same outfit. Okay, we went to a wedding together and I wore the outfit and then I wore the same outfit to it, but like my friends went there, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. I only have a certain number of outfits. Clothes are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm fat, so like it's hard to get out. I need to establish that. I find it weird in podcasts when I don't know what the people look like.
Yeah. Well, you want to paint a picture of yourself in my
I mean,
head.
I have YouTube. People will know what I look
No,
like.
we should establish like our silhouettes.
Yeah, it's true. You should describe each other. This is gonna.
Imagine like a beautiful soul.
Oh, that's so my body's hideous, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying. I'm glad you're interpreting my words in this way.
Honestly.
How do you describe me then?
Gen Z Sigourney Weaver.
That's the kindest thing anyone's ever said.
That's genuinely true. I think you look like Sigourney Weaver.
Thank you.
Yeah. Either Sigourney Weaver or like young Winona Ryder.
He's looking at me right now with these beautiful eyes, and it's like it's warming my heart.
I look like a young John Goodman or Jack Black or a fat white guy.
Pick your fat guy of the
Pick
week.
a fat white guy of the week.
Yeah.
I look like Louis Capaldi.
I wouldn't go that.
It's mainly just there's that one picture that I found out what Louis Capaldi looked like.
Yeah.
Because he took one picture where he was like on holiday and he had goggles on, and I genuinely was like, "What the fuck? That's me." And I sent it to group chat. I was like, "Who's this person?" Apparently he's a celebrity singer. And I was like, "Why does he look like me?" Now I've seen him more. Yeah, he does that. I don't look like him that much.
I look like every long face woman, and Joe is every fat white guy.
We have a great like silhouette. We've got the Pixar dynamic where you're tall and thin and I'm short and round.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We really picked the best format in order to use that dynamic, didn't
If we were in an 80s indie film, you'd be the Jewish photographer who, just trying to find herself and find her footing in his work.
I'd be Girlfriends.
And you would be Girlfriends.
I'd be the 1977 film Girlfriends.
I'd be, I was going to say American Psycho as a joke. As a joke. But, like, I'm nothing like Patrick Bateman. Not even in the psycho aspect, but in terms of, like...
You don't even have the routine.
He's so fitness. Yeah, I have no routine with it. So you're like Girlfriends, and I'm like, I can't think of fucking any fat characters from pre-2000.
We're gonna fix that.
We can fix we can't fix it pre-2000.
No, but we can't do that.
No, yeah.
Well, we're gonna when we shoot something on
time travel.
Well, I was gonna say on fucking mini DV for sure to emulate that sort of aesthetic. But yeah, sure, fuck it, we'll go back in time.
I was gonna say, did Supernatural ever do time travel? But they did in the spin-off, I think, the Winchesters.
I was gonna, I wrote down my notes. I'd never heard of this spin-off.
Oh, I knew about it because I knew there was controversy because Jen Ackles does voiceover for it, and Jared Padalecki was not asked to come back apparently, and he like went on a bit of a Twitter rant about it.
No, is it?
He got over it pretty quickly apparently, but he was like,
yeah, I'm sure his management was just like, fucking cut it out, man.
yeah, because everyone's like, every time they're like, oh, this is a fat character, and it's like someone who's like. Just not thin.
Yeah, it's kind of chunky.
Just kind of chunky.
But we're going to fix it.
We're going to fix it. Monica from Friends, she was fat when she was young. And they put her in that
best
fat suit. Yeah.
Pretty sure everyone on that show had an eating disorder.
Honestly, probably.
Like, not in a kind of insulting way. I'm pretty sure they literally had an eating disorder. Anyway, tune in for the Friends episode.
Yeah, we will do Friends at some point. But next week, we're doing The Simpsons.
Yeah, we're doing The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Oh, wait, we got to sing... Oh, fuck.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest.